When manifestation meets reality, she announced online, "Dreams do come true when you believe." After fraudulently securing a $90,000 loan using my credentials, I simply replied, "Beautiful car." Then I contacted the financial institution, demonstrated the forgery, and arranged for the vehicle to be seized from her workplace. Her spiritual achievement became a public humiliation. I'm a 33-year-old man who discovered my sister's supposed miracle the way her entire social circle did, through social media. It was a Friday afternoon, and I was scrolling through my feed during my lunch hour. There she was, my 30-year-old sister, Brianna, photographed beside a pristine BMW X7. Pearl white exterior, caramel leather seats, premium chrome accents, the complete luxury package. Her caption proclaimed, "When you align with abundance, the universe delivers." Grateful for this blessing. Manifestation works. Dreams come true new ride. The response section overflowed with congratulatory messages. "So happy for you." "And you earned this, girl," filled the comments. I added my own, "Congratulations, it's stunning," because the vehicle genuinely was impressive and I felt happy for her success. I assumed she'd been saving diligently or had negotiated an exceptional financing arrangement. Brianna held a position in marketing with respectable compensation. Perhaps her savings habits had been better than I'd realized. Then Monday arrived with an unexpected email from my financial institution. "Critical notification regarding your automobile financing request." My heart sank. I'd submitted no such request. I opened the message immediately. "Congratulations on your approved automobile loan of $80,500 through our partnered lending institution, Automation Credit Union. Your initial payment of $1,247.23 is scheduled for November 15th. Nearly $90,000. I dialed the bank without hesitation. The hold lasted 12 agonizing minutes. "Hello? I've received correspondence about an auto loan I never requested. The representative, Michelle, I gathered from her tone, accessed my account information. Let me review your file." "Yes, Mr. Hayes, the financing was completed last Thursday. Documentation indicates you provided co-signature authorization for Ms. Brianna Hayes. Is this information inaccurate?" "It's completely inaccurate. Brianna is my sibling, but I never authorized anything." Keyboard clicks echoed through the line. The application was processed electronically with digital signatures from both parties. The dealership conducted identity verification and I never visited any dealership. I never provided any signature. An uncomfortable silence followed. "Sir, if you're alleging fraudulent activity, you'll need to file a law enforcement report and contact our fraud investigation unit." 3 transfers later, I reached someone in fraud prevention. Dennis. Thoroughly professional and grave. "Mr. Hayes, these circumstances are unfortunately increasing in frequency. Family members exploiting shared personal information for unauthorized financial transactions. Do you maintain copies of your recent tax documentation, pay stubs, or bank records?" "Yes, why would that matter?" "Those materials would have been required for the loan application. Someone needed to supply them." The realization struck me then. Last year, Brianna had volunteered to help reorganize my home office. She'd mentioned embracing minimalism and wanting to practice her organizational skills. I'd been grateful. My filing system had been chaotic. She devoted an entire weekend to sorting my paperwork, digitizing important documents for backup purposes, arranging everything into labeled folders. She'd scanned every significant document. Tax returns, bank statements, pay stubs, my social security card, my driver's license. I believe I understand how she obtained the documents. That would certainly explain the situation. I'll need you to visit our branch tomorrow morning with identification to file an official fraud complaint. We'll also require that law enforcement report. I disconnected and sat motionless. My own sister. The same person I'd helped relocate 4 different times. The one who'd stayed at my apartment for 3 months following her relationship disaster. The one who'd borrowed $3,000 last year with promises of prompt repayment. She'd stolen my identity to acquire a luxury vehicle and celebrated it on social media as though it were a spiritual triumph. I called her immediately, straight to voicemail. I texted, "We need to discuss the car situation." 3 hours elapsed before her response. "Oh my goodness. Did you see it? Isn't it absolutely gorgeous? We should take a drive this weekend." Me. "Did you use my personal information to secure the loan?" The typing indicator appeared, disappeared, reappeared. Brianna, I can explain everything. Can we meet in person? Me. Yes, my apartment tonight at 7. She arrived at 7:30 carrying Thai takeout as though this were a casual visit. Hey, I got your favorite pad Thai. Extra peanuts, just how you like it. Sit down. Brianna. She settled onto my couch, maintaining her smile, behaving as though nothing was amiss. So, regarding the car, you forged my signature on an $89,500 loan without my knowledge or permission. That constitutes identity theft and fraud. Her smile wavered. Okay, I understand it appears problematic. It doesn't appear problematic. It is problematic, but I had no choice. They rejected my loan application because of my credit score, that unfortunate credit card situation from last year, and I desperately needed reliable transportation for work. My Civic was failing and clients were forming negative impressions. Do you understand how challenging it is to establish credibility in marketing when you arrive in a deteriorating 2009 Honda? So your solution was committing fraud. I borrowed your credit rating. That's entirely different. And I'm handling the payments. Obviously, you won't be responsible for anything. You cannot afford $1,947 monthly. You still owe me $3,000 from last year. That's a separate situation. I was experiencing financial difficulties. Everything's improved now. I received that promotion. Your promotion elevated you from junior marketing coordinator to marketing coordinator. Perhaps an additional $300 monthly after taxes. She set down her pad Thai, becoming defensive. Why are you behaving this way? I'm your sister. Family supports family. Family doesn't commit theft against family. I didn't commit theft. The vehicle is registered in my name. I'm making the payments. I simply needed your credit score because mine was temporarily compromised due to circumstances beyond my control. You maxed out 4 credit cards, purchasing courses about manifestation, and spiritual coaching. Those were self-improvement investments, and they succeeded. I manifested this car. The delusion was staggering. You didn't manifest anything. You forged my signature. The universe created the opportunity. I simply took aligned action. Leave. What? Exit my apartment and retain legal counsel. Because I filed a fraud claim with the bank today and I'm filing a law enforcement report tomorrow. Her complexion drained of color. You're not serious. Completely serious. But I'm your sister. Would you actually have me arrested? You actually stole my identity. I borrowed your credit for something I'm paying for. How is that theft? Because I never consented. Because my name appears on a loan I didn't sign. Because my credit rating is now dependent on your ability to make payments. Because in 6 months, when you can no longer afford it, they'll pursue me. She stood, anger replacing shock. I can afford it. I have a plan. I'm launching a side business, a consulting service for manifestation coaching, based on the courses you purchased with unpaid credit card debt. You're being incredibly negative. This is precisely why you remain single and trapped in your mundane job. You don't believe in abundance. I believe in not committing fraud. I cannot believe you're doing this to me. Mom would be so disappointed in you. A low blow. Mom had passed away 3 years ago. Mom would be disappointed in the daughter who stole her son's identity. Brianna grabbed her purse. Tears began forming. Likely manufactured. Fine. But when you're isolated with no family remaining because you chose money over blood, don't come crying to me. She stormed out, left the Thai food behind. I consumed it anyway. No sense wasting it. First update, the law enforcement reportee filed the report Tuesday morning. The officer was sympathetic but unsurprised. We encounter this frequently with family members, Officer Phillips said while typing my statement. They believe that family relationships somehow legitimize it. They don't. I provided everything. The loan documentation from the bank, the social media post with timestamps, text message screenshots, the complete timeline of her organizing my office the previous year. This is quite straightforward, he said. The bank's fraud department will collaborate with our detectives. Typically in these situations, the perpetrator either provides restitution or faces prosecution. Sometimes both. What happens to the vehicle? If the bank determines the loan is fraudulent, they'll repossess it. It remains their property until paid in full. And if the loan was obtained illegally, they'll recover it. I received a case number and forwarded it to the bank's fraud department. Dennis from fraud called back Wednesday afternoon. Mr. Hayes, we've completed our review of your claim. The signature on the electronic documentation doesn't match your verified signature in our records. We're categorizing this as identity theft and will be initiating recovery procedures. What does that entail? We'll be repossessing the vehicle and voiding the loan. You won't be liable for any payments. Ms. Hayes, however, will be liable for any fees associated with the fraud, including vehicle depreciation, and will be permanently prohibited from our lending services. How long does repossession typically take? Usually within 72 hours once we locate the vehicle. Does your sister maintain regular work hours somewhere? I provided her office location. Marketing agency office near the shopping district. She'd posted about it numerous times on social media. Love my workspace view with photographs of her desk. Perfect. We'll proceed from there. Thursday morning, Brianna texted me. The bank contacted me. They said there's an issue with the loan. Did you actually file fraud charges? Me, yes. Are you insane? They're saying they might repossess the car. I need that car. You should have considered that before forging my signature. This is so excessive. We could have resolved this privately. Now you've escalated it into this massive situation. Me. You escalated it into a massive situation when you committed identity theft. I'm coming over tonight. We're resolving this. Me. No, we're not. Don't come over. She appeared anyway at 6 o'clock. I didn't answer the door. She pounded on it for 5 minutes, yelling about how I was destroying her life.
How could I do this to family?
How Mom would be ashamed. My neighbor, an elderly gentleman named Phil, emerged. Miss, you need to leave or I'm contacting the police. She departed. Instead, she sent me a voice message. 3 minutes of crying and shouting about betrayal and abandonment, and how she'd lose her employment without the car, and how I was ruining her life over paperwork. I deleted it without finishing. Friday morning, during a meeting, my phone buzzed. Text from an unfamiliar number. This is Ashley, Brianna's friend. What you're doing to her is horrible. She made one mistake and you're trying to have her arrested. You should be ashamed. I blocked it. Another number appeared. Hi, this is Tiffany from Brianna's office. She's having a breakdown because of what you're doing. Can't you just forgive her? She's your sister. Blocked that one too. My phone rang. Brianna's friend, Jade. I recognized the name from social media. I answered out of curiosity. You're really going through with this? Jade demanded. Having your own sister's car repossessed? She stole my identity. She borrowed your credit. She was going to pay for it. Then she should have asked first. You would have refused. Exactly. You're a terrible brother. She's been crying all morning. Her therapist had to schedule an emergency session. Perhaps her therapist can explain why identity theft is illegal. You're being vindictive and cruel. I disconnected. Blocked her number. The entitlement was astounding. Brianna had assembled an entire support network of enablers who genuinely believed she'd done nothing wrong. Second update. The repossession. I received the call Monday afternoon. Dennis from the bank. Mr. Hayes, I wanted to inform you that the vehicle was recovered this morning at 9:15 a.m. from the address you provided. Miss Hayes was present during the repossession. There was an incident. What kind of incident? She attempted to prevent the tow operator from taking the vehicle. She positioned herself behind the rear wheels and refused to move. Office security needed to intervene. No arrests were made, but it was documented. Oh, Brianna, the vehicle is at our impound facility. The loan has been voided under your name. You're cleared. Miss Hayes owes $4,200 in fees, depreciation, repossession costs, administrative charges. She has 30 days to pay or it proceeds to collections. What about criminal charges? That's between her and law enforcement. We're satisfied with recovering the asset. Thank you. No problem. Sorry you had to experience this. Family situations are always the most difficult. I checked social media later that evening. Brianna's account was now private, but mutual friends were sharing screenshots. She had posted a video, her crying in her car, not the BMW. It appeared to be a rental. Mascara streaking Vaz Temblorosa. I can't believe this is happening. My own brother is trying to destroy me. I made one mistake, trusted the wrong manifestation technique about abundance, and now he's taking everything from me. He had my car stolen from my office parking lot while I was in a meeting. Do you know how humiliating that was? Receiving a call that there's a scene outside with a tow truck. Walking out to witness my beautiful car being taken away. Having all my colleagues watch. The comments were divided. Half offered support. You deserve better. Family should forgive. This is so toxic. The other half challenged her. Wait, didn't you commit fraud? That wasn't actually your car. You can't manifest someone else's credit score. Her friend Ashley commented, "Stay strong, babe. The universe is testing you." This is just a lesson in releasing toxic people. Tuesday morning, Brianna's father called. Dale. We have different fathers. He left when she was young, barely involved. He calls perhaps twice annually. You really had your sister's car taken away? Her car that she acquired with a fraudulent loan in my name. Yes. She told me you were being difficult about some loan confusion. It wasn't confusion. She forged my signature. Families resolve things privately, son. You don't involve lawyers and law enforcement. I'm not your son, Dale. And when family commits felonies, yes, you do involve law enforcement. Don't be smart with me. She's your sister. Your only sister. You want that relationship destroyed over a car? She destroyed the relationship when she stole my identity. The car is merely evidence. You young people are so sensitive nowadays. In my day, we handled things like men. We didn't run crying to the police. In your day, identity theft wasn't as accessible. Difficult to forge signatures. Before everything became digital, you're being deliberately difficult, and you're defending fraud because you don't want to acknowledge your daughter's a criminal. He disconnected, probably for the best. Wednesday, my doorbell rang at 7 in the morning. I opened it to find Brianna looking like she hadn't slept. No makeup, hair in a disheveled bun, eyes bloodshot. Please, she said, quieter now, desperate. Please just talk to me. Against my better judgment, I allowed her inside. She sat on my couch, hands trembling. They're going to press charges. The detective called me yesterday, said the evidence is clear and they're recommending prosecution. Do you know what this means? A criminal record. I could lose my job. I'll never get another car loan. This will follow me forever. You committed a crime. Crimes have consequences. I know. I messed up, but I didn't think it was that serious. People co-sign for family all the time. When they agree to co-sign. Not when you forge their signature. I thought you'd be okay with it once you saw I was making payments. I thought we'd laugh about it eventually. Like, remember when I borrowed your credit? I didn't mean to hurt you. The thing is, she genuinely seemed to believe that. In her mind, she'd just taken a shortcut, not committed fraud. Brianna, you scanned my documents. You forged my electronic signature. You lied to a bank. You put my credit at risk. You posted it on social media like an accomplishment. At what point did you think I'd be okay with any of that? I panicked. My car was dying. I needed something reliable. And my credit was bad because of stupid decisions I made before. And you have such good credit. And I thought I could fix it before you noticed. How? The payments were 1-847s a month. You don't earn enough for that. I was going to. My side business was going to take off, and your manifestation coaching thing? Don't say it like that. You can't coach people on manifesting abundance when you achieve yours through fraud. She was crying now. Real tears this time. What do you want from me? What do I have to do to make this right? Nothing. You can't make this right. You violated my trust in the worst possible way. So that's it? You're just done with me? Your own sister? You were done with me when you decided your wants mattered more than my financial security. I hate you, she said quietly. I really genuinely hate you right now. I know, she left. Didn't slam the door this time, just closed it softly behind her. Third update. The aftermath detective Morrison called me 2 weeks later. Brianna had been charged with identity theft and fraud, misdemeanor level, because it was a first offense and family-related, but still criminal charges. She was looking at up to a year in county jail if convicted, but more likely probation, fines, and restitution. Her lawyer was pushing for a plea agreement. What kind of agreement? Guilty plea to reduce charges. 2 years probation, community service, $5,000 in fines and restitution to you, and mandatory financial counseling. No jail time! And if she doesn't accept it, goes to trial. With the evidence we have, she'll lose. Might get harsher sentencing. She accepted the deal. Pled guilty in court 3 weeks later. I didn't attend. The prosecutor said I didn't need to. I received a check 2 months later. $5,000 made out to me with a payment plan attached. She'd be paying $200 a month for the next 25 months. No note, no apology. Just the check and the payment schedule. Her social media went dark after the guilty plea. Ashley posted something vague about sending love to those going through difficult times, but no specifics. Tiffany from her office unfriended me. Jade blocked me. Dale called once more, intoxicated, yelling about how I destroyed his daughter's life. I let it go to voicemail, deleted it without listening past the first 10 seconds. The strange part is how many people sided with her. Distant cousins reaching out to tell me I should have handled it within the family. Former colleagues of Mom's saying she'd be heartbroken to see us like this. Random people from Brianna's life I barely knew, all with opinions about my choices. But an equal number supported me. My close friends, my co-workers who heard the story, even my upstairs neighbor who'd heard Brianna's door-pounding incident. "Your sister sounds exhausting," my friend Leo said over drinks. "People like that never think rules apply to them." He wasn't wrong. My credit score dropped 12 points from the fraud inquiry, but recovered within 3 months. The bank marked it as identity theft on my credit report, so no long-term damage. Financially, I came out ahead. $5,000 in restitution plus not having to pay an $9,500 loan. But emotionally, I miss having a sister. Not the Brianna who stole from me, but the one I thought I had. The one who'd helped me move and called me on my birthday and sent funny memes. Turns out that person was only real when she wasn't being inconvenienced. I saw her once randomly at a grocery store about 6 months after everything. She was in the checkout line ahead of me, saw me, went pale, grabbed her bags, and left without saying a word. Still driving a rental, I noticed. Probably can't get approved for a loan anywhere now. Part of me felt bad. Small part. The part that remembers being kids together before life got complicated, but mostly I felt nothing. She'd made her choices. I'd made mine. We both had to live with them. I received a text from her last month. "First contact in 8 months. I finished probation. Counselor says I need to make amends. I'm sorry for what I did. I was wrong. I hope someday we can talk again." I stared at it for a long time, typed and deleted 4 different responses. Finally settled on, "I accept your apology. I'm glad you're getting help. Take care of yourself," she replied. "That's it?" Me. "That's it." No response after that. Maybe someday we'll have a relationship again. Maybe not. Either way, I'm okay. The trust is gone. Can't manifest that back no matter how much she might try. She wanted abundance. Wanted the universe to provide. Instead, she learned that shortcuts have consequences. That fraud isn't manifestation. That family doesn't mean permission. Her manifested BMW lasted exactly 6 days before reality caught up. The universe provided, all right. Just not what she expected. And me? I'm doing fine. Credit's clean. Sister's alive and staying out of trouble. And I learned a valuable lesson about trusting people with my paperwork. Also learned to shred everything. Got a heavy-duty paper shredder. Best $80 I ever spent. Life goes on. Drama fades. The story becomes just another strange thing that happened. Another lesson learned. Brianna's still blocked on social media. Probably always will be. Don't need to see her manifesting her next bad decision. Sometimes family isn't worth keeping. Sometimes blood isn't thicker than fraud. And sometimes the best revenge is just letting consequences happen naturally. Her car got repossessed from her office parking lot. She walked in shame past her coworkers. She faced criminal charges. All because she thought rules didn't apply to her. I didn't ruin her life. She did that herself. I just refused to enable it.